And, you know, Australia was really the only country that was involved, and now we see the Pacific in the likes of Aotearoa, Fiji, and also Papua New Guinea. So, like you said, yeah, it's just growing and diversifying massively.
As we get started here in game number 2, Northern Territory with first opportunity with ball in hand. And they have plenty of strike power out wide. Power through the middle as well. So NT rumbling forward. Emma Forth there with a carry. She'll play it. Raisaku plays short. Nikki wearing the 13 jersey. She'll play it. So Northern Territory, good first set as they get their kick away. And we'll find grass as well, and it bounces back into the arms. A bit of friendly fire there from the two NT girls, forcing the error. But promising start early.
Really promising and really fast-paced as well. We didn't see this quite in the first game. I'm not sure if it's a little bit later in the day, so the girls are wide awake now.
Had their coffee?
Yeah, they've had their coffee. But yeah, that was a really fast-paced and a nice completed set. A great 40 seconds to start this second game here.
You can already see the game plan for NT. They have a powerful forward pack, and they're happy to work through the middle and then use their speed out wide.
Yeah, they definitely do, and certainly some ones to watch as well as this game develops.
So WA now with their first chance with ball in hand. As they peel off left-hand side and dropping it back underneath there was Toby. So Western Australia, a large contingent of the three dominant clubs over in Western Australia. The North Beach Seagulls, the Fremantle Roosters, and the Ellenbrook Rabbitohs making up the majority of this team. So there should be some good combinations amongst those teams as well.
Yeah, certainly in AFL, I would say almost dominated state. So it's nice to see that the great game of rugby league is slowly making its way over to the West Coast. Would love to see a NRL, NRLW team in the future.
The way it's going, it wouldn't surprise me as they get to their kick, as the sun begins to poke its nose out here at Burleigh. So Northern Territory now with ball in hand through Jacinta Summers out of the Darwin Brothers Club. Good shot over the top there. Claudia Foster getting up in the face. And slow play the ball there for Northern Territory. Just some one-off runs and good effort there from Foster. Her second tackle. Raisuku. Final tackle coming up as Vakakavu plays it. And they get to their kick, and it's not a bad one as well, into the corner. And a couple of bounces into touch, and that is absolute money from Northern Territory, forcing WA to bring it deep on their own try line virtually as well.
Yeah, it's exciting to see this is the only first 3 minutes, and we'll see that replay here. Great vision from the half, the number 7 there, Saanga. And she kicks it deep. Great insight, great game IQ, I think, from the half. I'm expecting big things from these NT girls.
It's a perfect kick there in the corner. So Western Australia now with all the work to do.
With a kick like that, might expect to see a 40-20 later on.
Absolutely. And their way through the wall of orange thus far for Western Australia. Trapped inside their own 30. Right, so they go. Big footwork. And April Allen there with some dancing feet. Claire tips it away now for Foster. Claudia Foster, she'll play it. And the little error there as well in the play of the ball. And NT, they're fired up and they're here to play.
Yeah, they certainly are here to play. Jordan and number 4 there. Oh, we'll see the replay first. Just forcing the error, unfortunately. She didn't like that one, the Western Australia girls, but that's all clean. That's footy. And it looks like they're packing the scrum now. We'll see if we see the contested scrum, which was quite a hot move in the first game here. But another little piggyback that the Western Australian girls can't afford. Might see some early points here for the Northern Territory team if they keep playing how they have the last 5 minutes.
There's a feed there. So Unger gets it out wide now. Good attacking sequence. Malupu from a Queensland schoolgirl out of the Townsville Blackhawks. So plenty of intent from Northern Territory the way they're playing the game in this opening 5 minutes. Osaku tips it away now. Strong carry once again. This time through Mara. She'll play it. So Unger at the back door. Malupu holds it up. Malupu holds it up. Probing. Almost found a way through. Can't do so. She'll play it now for Sekitonga. Gets it away through Vakakavu. The Western Australian defence holding strong thus far. One final play as they go to the skies. It's a good kick too, a fair play at it, and it's anyone's ball at the base. And it may have come off a WA hand. And the referee is happy and she will point to the spot. And there's the opening score to Northern Territory.
Early points, we said it early on, but I think it was the kick that came from the half. Here she is. She's very light with the hands, but like you said before, just intent. And I'm trying to see the number who put it down to confirm the try. There was about 3 of the players in there and put the points, but like you said before, intent. And I tell you what, Saanga, the halfback for the Northern Territory team, that was the second kick she did, and all of them have just been quality, and this one has ended in the 4 points.
Perfectly well weighted kick there from Northern Territory. They have an early lead, 4 points to 0. Great start from the women from NT.
Another state that, or territory I should say, that is heavily dominated with AFL, so not a lot of women are coming through WA and Northern Territory, so for them to be able to play at this level and quality of football when they aren't necessarily probably playing in their hometowns and communities is great to see, and hopefully see come through in the NRLW in the years to come as well.
Now a chance for the extra 2. And the flags go up. It's a perfect start for Northern Territory as they lead 6 points to 0 as we see this one final time. It's perfect kicked. Pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, as you said that, Jordan, I'm still trying to see the elusive player in the orange and black who...
I believe it might be the winger coming in, Jacinta Summers.
Got the hands on.
Who dotted it down.
Norris Otto was in there, so was Vakakavu.
So Northern Territory, they lead 6 points to 0. 8 minutes gone in this first half. So Northern Territory with a perfect start in the second match here on day 1 action. First of 4 days of Women's Rugby League. Plenty of talent scouts and selectors keeping a keen eye on this tournament. NRLW to begin later in the season. Contract still up for grabs as NT again making some good meters through the middle. Vakakavu. Dairasaku. Had some affiliation with the Manly Seagulls in her time. So now NT, once again, playing a real strength in their attack. Happy to play with some width early on as well. So Unger gets the kick away, and it's well weighted once again, but safe is Melody Toby. He's a real quality playmaker and has been touted as one to watch this weekend.
Yeah, you see the level of skill on play, and it's a no-brainer that the NRLW decided to bring the competition forward from May to March, just to be able to give the women more opportunity to be able to be selected into these clubs. And, you know, the NRLW is growing exponentially, so a great opportunity for these girls to sort of showcase their talents earlier on in the year.
It'll be a very exciting tournament coming up later in the year. Of course, Newcastle Knights, premiers over the Gold Coast Titans in that heartbreaking final. that was something special as well.
No, it certainly was, and there's a lot of players actually that are in the Titans that have come through the NRLW as well. Obviously Riley Jorgensen, who we spoke about before, but, you know, maybe a few more NRLW Titans on the screens in front of us.
Absolutely, of course. Julia Robinson, Jada Taylor, 2 more have come through this pathway. So it's all there for these young women.
Yeah.
As WA take it forward, looking for their first try in this matchup. Halfway through this first half, that's a good kick away and find some grass as well. As Ena Malupu will bring it back. Good shot over the top there from Robinson, who's onto the field now in the 17 jersey. Emma Force takes it to shy of the 40. Abigail Seketoga, Jing background, she'll play it. Exciting young winger. As the try scorer Summers makes her way up the field. Centre field now for NT. Right hand side they go through Norris Adult. Been part of the NRL Indigenous squad since 2018.
Yeah, she also played, she was selected in the team last year for the NRLW Championships, and she's also represented the PNG Prime Ministers as well, and PNG Orchids in the Pacific Championships. So if you think she looks familiar, she certainly does. I'm sure she's been on a lot of screens out there representing Papua New Guinea in the competition.
Just saw that fifth and final option, a pinpoint kick, and she got hit for her troubles, did... I believe it was Tiana Graham back there. Now they get a penalty to the women from the West.
The level of kicking has improved significantly as well in the game generally, but you know, in the women's game as well. It's great to see that some of these kickers are becoming a lot more prominent in their skill and probably being able to be provided with the training and coaching as well. Got a few JTs out there running around.
Well, one name that comes to mind, Lauren Brown for the Titans. Those field goals last year, knocked them over on 35 plus games online. That sort of skills is just incredible.
Yeah, it certainly is. And when you said skill, here we go, Jordan.
And here goes Northern Territory, scooping and scoring. And NT bagged their second. What a try, and aren't they happy about it?
They certainly should be.
All class there from Northern Territory, and they extend the lead 10 points to 0. Just up in the face here, force the error. We see it here, Alex, streaking away to score. Yeah,
it is the 13. Ellie Nicky there, just able to scoop it up, and that's probably one of the fastest... what is she in the 13? Sorry, in the lock that I've seen. She just collects it and she's off. There's absolutely no stopping her. She's got the size, she's got the pace, and another 4 points for a really dominant start for the Northern Territory women.
Clean pair of heels there from Nikki. And just like that, NT have turned this game on its head in this first half.
I think it also just speaks to the skill level of all these women being able to come together and still compete and play like this and showcase their talents in a team that they haven't played in before. Like, this is the first time a lot of these women are playing together, and the fact that they can come up with combinations like that. A testament to the coach as well, Leon Cleal for the Northern Territory. Big shout out to them and all their support staff. Exciting to see them coming down to Queensland, and I truly hope there's more pipelines provided to the Northern Territory and WA women.
As Victoria Alley lines it up, looking to fade that one through. And the sharpshooter adds 2 more. So Northern Territory, the perfect start, leading 12 points to 0. We see this one more time.
Yeah, there it is. It's just, unfortunately, a little fumble from the WA girls. And Nikki, just hot off the heels, just puts pedal to the metal and she's off. She's in the space. There's absolutely no stopping her, even though Tiana Graham was there for WA. And she's certainly excited, and a very well-deserved try for the Northern Territory.
Western Australia, they've had no field position down in this danger zone of the field. The clock ticks away in this first half. Just over 5 minutes left in the opening sequence. So Northern Territory now once again. Big contact. Jara Saku finds the try scorer, Nikki. Such a threat with every touch. Good contact there once again. WA up in the face there. Trying to get their side moving in defence. Is playing short now. Finds Vakakavu. NT would love one more here before the half-time break. Saku out to Nikki. Leaves one on the deck as now we come to our fifth and final option for Northern Territory. What can they come up with here? To the hand Sa'unga, and now the kick from Tamati. And it will be one bounce into touch. It's not a bad option in the end. Slow it down. Just give the chance to recoup and go again.
Yeah, I think the game IQ as well from the number 7, Sa'unga, has been exceptional. You know, she's been driving all her players around the paddock, but the defence from WA is there. I think it's just when you give NT the ball, they get some space. Like we saw before with Nikki going over the try line, there's really just no stopping them.
So Western Australia, we haven't really seen what they can offer in attack yet. It's just been forced to survive really inside their own half.
Yeah, it's been a really dominant start in the first 16 minutes for the Northern Territory girls. And now they're backing it up with defence as well. And it doesn't look like they're letting up anytime soon. So the WA girls are really going to have to work and start showing their shape and using the edges more.
As Horner plays it, here's a spark from the Western Australian side. Asks them onto the field and making her presence known from the get-go. She'll play it as Western Australia go over halfway. Good cut pass out to Sunel. And finds Kenny Cossa. She recorded the fastest Bronco in this WA side. She is almighty fit, is young Gabby. As that kick comes off the side of the boot, and NT well taken. Norris Addo safe, and now she'll have a chance to stretch the legs. Taken down outside the 30. Summers goes into dummy half. Malupu will play it. Now Mara gets the hands free. Sa'unga gets the pass away, finds Force, and she almost stretches the legs as well. NT looking dangerous with every touch. 2 minutes left in this first half. Vakakavu. Final play down the short side to the dangerous number 7. She threads the needle, and that will be into touch off Western Australia, I believe. Just putting a foot on the chalk.
Don't know if it was intentional, but great vision from the half again to kick towards the edge and almost flirt with the try line for I think it was the number 5 who might have stepped out, Kanakosa.
So now Northern Territory. Do they have one more in them before the halftime break? Nikki certainly thinks so, but she loses control of that on the second attempt. The referee has said that's gone forward. So good defence from WA then, because Nikki at a head of steam is a hard task.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't be jumping in front of her. And here's that replay again. There she is, the try scorer from the first 10 minutes. Losing it, but great impact and defence and pressure that the WA girls have put on, because obviously we know what happens when you give Nikki a little bit of space. So they were able to stop, I think, what would have been another 4 points.
So what's been a common theme in this first 20, Western Australia forced to bring it out from their own 10. It's April Allen. She's a live wire. And once again, the defence of Northern Territory, just the line speed's been strong. This time, Ali making the tackle. So WA still in possession, dropping it back underneath now to Thompson.
Keep coming. Stay here. Go.
Through the hands they go. Asem, she winds up and gets the hands free. Great offload as well. This is better from Western Australia. And as I say that, the error does come. And that'll be all she wrote in this first 20. Northern Territory dominating all the possession and on the scoreboard. Half-time, NT 12, Western Australia 0.
Yeah, I think the Northern Territory girls, they just had a really dominant first half. They're playing with intent, but, you know, if I was to pick a favourite, Ellie Nicky in the 13 in that lock position has just been a standout player. A real workhorse, I think, in the first half.
Very impressive in both attack and defence. So Western Australia have all the work to do. Can they peg back this lead? They need to score first. It is crucial, that is for sure. So just short of halfway. Kayla Webb will play it out of the Fremantle Roosters. And finds Matoi. Tirahui in the number 9 jersey. Gets it away now to Claire. As Foster plays it now. Getting to their kick, WA. It's a good kick as well. The bounce is even better. Coming forward. Almost snatched it. Was Claire, but couldn't do so. And they give away the penalty as well.
This is a really exciting, we'll see the replay, but a really exciting start to the second half. They've seemed very rested. Great insight from Melody Toby in the 5'8 position to try and kick for her 13. Claire just unable to capitalise it, but you know, we're starting to see some more development in their plays in the game, so I think this second half is really certainly one to watch for the WA girls.
Mahina Rangi Claire, the number 13 jersey, almost scooping that one up for Western Australia. It would have been a perfect start. For the meantime, NT bring it forward, and now a penalty as well. And that's back-to-back penalties inside NT's half. It's frustrating for Western Australia, just piggybacking them down the field.
Yeah, that's it. They're the sort of mistakes you really can't afford to make. The Western Australia girls started so dominant, so it's a shame to see them sort of let up a couple of mistakes, but hopefully they'll get rid of this in the next few minutes and just have a nice clean half.
So Mara stands in the tackle, gets rid of one and brushes away from a second. Lorette Mara in the number 10 jersey. Boyd Nicky in the 14 jersey, of course drafted by the Adelaide Crows in the AFL back in 2018. Of course NT, a nursery for AFL talent. That one flies out of the hands, so after all that, Western Australia will have a hold of it. And a bit of afters as well. Referee's seen enough, so that'll be a penalty to WA.
Yeah, just a little bit overzealous there in the tackle. Like you said, the afters. And WA, though, with the ball, they had a really great first few minutes in this half, so hopefully they are able to clean that up a little bit and get some points on the board against these NT girls who have just come out of the gate swinging. Absolutely, as Western Australia trying to get some momentum of their own as Brianna Young onto the field in the 16 jersey. She'll play it. So Western Australia need to lift the tempo here. What energy can they bring? Marto. Centre field now. Options left and right. They go to the left and sniping forward. Tirahui, a touch football talent as well. You'll see across the coverage the amount of different sports these young women play at a high level is quite incredible. As they go to the line now, that's a good pass. Running onto it was Kayla Webb. Chopped down, a good tackle had to be made. This is the moment for Western Australia, 5th and final. Can they get on the board? And happy to keep it nice and close. And they can't get through there. Maybe not the right play for their 5th and final option there, Alex. Yeah, no, probably would have been better to spread it. They had numbers on the right and left. But yeah, sometimes it is, you just want to send a forward, you prop in and do the work. But NT girls were right onto it, so they had players there waiting for her. Score remains 12 points to 0. 4.5 minutes gone in this second term. Good chop tackle once again around the legs
This time coming in from Foster. Jamming up in the fence, trying to keep NT trapped in their own half. Boyd Nicky. And once again, the penalty just hanging around a bit too long around the ruck. And as Boyd Nicky, she'll lift the tempo. She's got some wheels about it and some good footwork as well. She gets taken down 10 short of halfway.
Yeah, just a little bit of ill discipline from the WA defence. They're going to have to clean that up if they want to stop giving these NT girls opportunities to make runs like that.
Got plenty of power through the middle. Lucy Gia out of the Palmerston Rivers Club. As the wind begins to pick up here at Pizzey Park, and that'll play a factor, as goes Nicky, and she's dangerous. Gets the one-hand offload away, and here goes Northern Territory down the left-hand flank through Seki Tonga. She keeps her feet. And eventually will get brought to ground. It's taken 2-3 defenders from Western Australia to bring down the elusive number 2. And Nicky, once again, a second touch in the set. An absolute threat in this side. So NT looking for their third try of this contest. Fifth and final. Boyd Nicky to Mati, going to the line, and has a crack on her own. Tries to weave her way through. The offload is a good one. It's play on now for Malupu. Holds it up for Naris Addo. And now one more down the right-hand side and lunging forward. And the error comes from Jacinta Summers. But great scrambling defence in Western Australia.
Yeah, no, it certainly wasn't. It was the offload here from the half and another one to pass back from the 11, Ali, to see that right edge there. And we've said her name once. We've probably said it 100 times. Norris Addo, one of the champions from last year's competition, but unfortunately just unable to execute that try on the try line. But I must say, a great effort that started on the left-hand edge with Nicky, and that absolute stampede of a run. Just driving it, and then she backed it up again. And she's still out there. I think, yeah, if I was to call it, I would say Ellie Nicky is certainly one we're going to see in the NRLW in the years to come. Maybe a future Cowboy.
One-handed offload there was a thing of beauty as well for NT. But WA, they are surviving for the time being. See the replay here, Alec. This was all class. We spoke of the brutality in the offload game. It's just on show here again. Yeah,
it certainly is. And there she is, Nicky, my favourite player. I just get goosebumps when I watch her because this is the sort of talent you expect. But the offload and the ability of these forward pack girls to have that sort of hybrid skill to offload and see players and play eyes up footy, you don't see that a lot in the game. And I think it's a testament to the skill level of the women that are coming through.
Great rugby league IQ does Ellie Nicky. The score does remain 12 points to nil. WA looking for their first try of the contest. That one was around the shoulders, but releasing and going again. Kaylee Thompson taking the hit and the error as well. They're struggling to get their completed sets in this second half.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've had any, or maybe one or two completed sets quite early on. Like, they came off the bench really fast-paced, really switched on, but as the half has gone on and that's that discipline slipping, I'm not sure if it's fatigue already kicking in. Not something you'd expect to see this early on in the competition. But yeah, ill discipline and just too many piggybacks and errors that the WAs are forcing, and just, allowing the NT girls pretty much a free pass.
It's all been NT's way in this first 28 minutes as they look to inflict further damage. Tackle number 1 inside WA's half. Boyd Nicky, she's been impressive since coming on. A real live wire around the base as she gets a hold of it once again. Mara tips it on. Some clear structures in place, too. Northern Territory, very well coached. As you can see, leading 12 points to nil and looking dangerous here for their third. Boyd Nicky, left-hand side through Saunga. Shows inside and outside before getting cleaned up and a good shot. So fifth and final, and the halfback is on the deck. And here's someone to step up here. And the kick comes forward through the legs there of the first defender, and then scooped up by Webb on the second attempt. So WA hold strong.
I think the NT coach, Leon Clee, will be really happy considering this is the NT girls' first game. You know, there's real minimal errors here. They're completing their sets. It's everything you want to see in your team.
So WA, they need to move quickly. Good offload off the base there. Now Thompson looking to snipe her way through. Slow ball there, eventually comes out for Toby. Now gets the pass away to Young. Young, and that's picked off. Intercepted from the Northern Territory. And now coming across one-on-one. And the tackle is made in a good one. Emma Force there in the 15 jersey with the interception. Now WA in the back foot. Can Northern Territory make them pay? They've got space out wide here. Gets the pass away. And here goes for the corner. Jacinda Summers. She pins the ears back. And a run around a bit closer as well. And there's try number 3 for NT.
Yeah, it all started, I would say, with the intercept here we see from Forth. She just had eyes up footy, and she did, what, about 40 to 60 metres run before gasping for air, but she certainly put the pedal to the metal here. And she didn't need to go all the way. She had backup players, and here we see that's Addo again. They had space on the right. She weaves off. I think from here they've sort of caught WA on the back foot. They were scrambling since they had the intercept there, and for Summers she just had eyes up footy. There was no players, no defence for WA on that right-hand side, and she was able to just put the pedal to the metal and put another 4 points on.
And that's all Norris Addo there. She summed up the situation superbly. Just running across field, they stood off her and eventually had the 2-on-1 opportunity, and Summers, she's too quick down the edge and bags her second of the day. So Northern Territory 16 points to 0. Defence to attack and 4 more to the score sheet. As Ali will look to make that 6. She might need a helping hand here. The wind's sort of picking up.
Yeah, the rain's held off though, which is nice, so they don't have that element to be competing with. But like you said, I think the wind might be the next one. They'll be playing in 4 different seasons.
And the clean sheet continues for Victoria Ali. She's an absolute sharpshooter off the boot. So Northern Territory now extend their lead. 18 points to 0. We see this one more time.
Victoria Ali.
Yeah, I'd certainly be putting this in my show reel to send to future clubs. And the Norris Addo just showing, you know, why she was picked in the NRLW Championship team last year and why she continues to represent Papua New Guinea in the championships. She's certainly one to watch.
The final 6.5 minutes in game number 2. NT, a real contender this weekend. Not done with yet. Continuing to surge upfield. Boyd Nicky once again chopping it back underneath to Murrah, who's got through plenty of work today. Wapau onto the field now, the 20 jersey. Saunga shapes a pass. Can't find the runners on that occasion. She'll play it inside the 50. Final play now, according to Mati, goes to the trusty right boot. And again, WA let it bounce, but they get a favourable bounce there.
I think something as well that the WA team might be lacking, just judging by the fact that 2 of their players went for that ball, is potentially lack of communication. You don't hear a lot of voices or a lot of maybe the captain, directing the players around. I'd like to see the halves have a little bit more chat as well. It just seems to be, a few girls just maybe running on the paddock without a lot of direction.
Whereas on the other side, NT, there's clear leaders, clear structure in the way they're playing the game. That is for sure. So Western Australia, can they get one on the board to build into the tournament? Gianna Graham in dummy half, gets it away now to Thompson. She goes to the skies, but safe is Malupu. And now she brings it back to and beats the first and almost escapes the second. She's someone you don't want in some open space. Bit of a slow play the ball there for Anna. Goes fourth once again. She's been busy. Young Emma wearing the 15 jersey but playing out wide. Seki Toga, she plays it. And just making easy meters. Northern Territory up the field.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious the fatigue is really starting to kick in. They're not very fast off the line, the WA girls, and they need to be able to stop, these girls running at pace, especially when you see women like Ellie Nicky in space. It's just something you can't afford to give.
So Unga goes down the throat of WA, but has bounced off a couple of defenders, and Abigail Seki Toga says, "Thank you very much, I'll scoop and score." And NT are running right here on the Gold Coast.
Oh, I hate to say it's all but over, but unfortunately it looks like it will be for the WA girls as we see the halfback again with the chip and kick. The second one that has led to a try, and just catching the number 5 there, Kanakosa, on the back foot. And Seki Tonga able to find the space, a few little steps, show and go, and finds the white line for more points for the Northern Territory.
The Fijian flyer, Abigail Seki Tonga, drops further insult to the WA girls, and they lead 22 points to 0. There's an awkward bounce there as well. Just fell short of potentially catching on the full. She got stuck in not the place you want to be in.
Yeah, awkward bounce, and I think as well, just literally the play before it, we spoke about being slow off that line. And it's that sort of mistake and that sort of play that you really can't afford when you've got players like Sengi Tonga and you've got Nikki, you've got Mara in there, and a half like Saanga. The kick was exceptional. That's the second one. Second try assist technically from her. That's led to points. She's got great intent and direction. She's, certainly one to watch in the halves, but also as a kicker. She's been great. Potentially an AFL player, I'm not sure. I'll have to go and back it. She certainly kicks like one.
To Victoria Ali from out wide. Radar not working on that occasion. The score remains 22 points to 0. The Northern Territory setting a statement in this opening fixture.
There's that replay again from Saanga. And just catching the defence on the back foot. But the work wasn't done there. She still had to go past about 2 or 3 of the WA players. But Seki Tonga, the Fijian immortal.
That's not a bad start there for WA. Low trajectory kick-off, so they'll get the ball back here.
Yeah, an interesting tactic. I think the coach might be scrambling now just to get some points on the board for these girls. We haven't seen a kick like that, but when the scoreboard is 22-0, you really will try anything.
It's out there for Toby, the feed, and now through Thompson. Shows and goes and almost finds her way through. So Western Australia with their final chance in this matchup. We got Swinnell, the Ellenbrook Rabbitohs. Spent some time playing rugby union as well, representing Australia. Thompson tips it on to Arsem, who's been someone that's made a real impact for this Western Australia side. Toby going to the line, sends a flat ball. Here it is for Western Australia. Can she get it down? And she does eventually in the nick of time. The cover was coming across. But after long last, Western Australia are on the board.
It'll certainly be encouraging to finish a game 22 to, well, maybe 4 instead of 0. But these are the sort of players I would have loved to see earlier on, really using their outside backs and, you know, catching the Northern Territory girls off the defence. But she almost didn't get it down. It was great defence and great scrambling from the Northern Territory player, but she finally finds the ground.
Gabrielle Mount there with the try off the bench. So that's a great finish to WA, and they'll get plenty of confidence into their next fixture. And there will be a shot from out wide to further bridge the gap. So Kaylee Thompson, she's kept this very close to the try, hasn't taken it back at all to help the angle. It's not a bad strike as well. It will stay left. So the score remains full time here in game number 2. Northern Territory dominant over to Western Australia, 22 points to 4.